Stockton's holotape. I can't remember what my mission is or what it's about. I'm just gonna get stuff. Ooh, what the crap? Look at that beefy guy. I should probably fight him, huh? Got this cool laser weapon. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, man. I don't need that. Alright. I've got some mods in that that add some new creatures, wildlife, monsters type things, but not excessively, so it still feels like Fallout, you know? And they're also in-universe, like monsters... I mean, new models, so it's not a mod that you could get on PS4 because they won't allow outside material inside the games. But you can get it on Xbox One and Series X. But monsters from like the first games in the series, early games in the series, you know. So it's very much in canon, or compatible with canon. And I think for the most part I've liked them. And that wasn't one of them, that's just a Mirelurk, but... Oh, here's a door. Oh, I forgot to set my timer again, dang it. Alright, I don't know how long I've been playing this for, but I will not play it for longer than another, we'll say, 40 minutes. If that. Okay, these might not be hostiles.
Hey there.
You there. We need to have a conversation.
Okay. And you know, at least I'll say this: the voice actor, and the style of his performance in this game, they at least work okay with my headcanon of being a T-888, because the T-888, or the Cromartie model of Terminator from Sarah Connor Chronicles, which is what I model my headcanon after, it can come across as more personable, even just a little bit artificially personable. And this guy comes across as artificially personable to me a number of times, and so it does, I think, a lot of times work.
Did you not?
You got my attention.
I'm always looking for people who know how to handle themselves in dangerous situations. From what I hear, you may fit the bill.
Like, he always sounds kind of pleasant when he delivers dialogue. Almost always. He does not sound like a guy who got frozen, saw his wife get killed, and his son get kidnapped, and is now out in this world desperate to find his son. He does not sound like that.
Yeah. Take your time.
I live for danger. Where do I sign up?
I like your enthusiasm. By the way, I'm Edward Deegan. You'll mostly be working for me, but you'll need to talk to my boss first. His name is Jack Cabot. He likes to personally interview everyone I hire. He's careful like that. Come down to Cabot House in Beacon Hill and ask to talk to Jack. I'll let him know you're coming.
Okay.
Welcome, my friend. Might I ask, do you have a Geiger counter?
Oh, countersign.
Mine is in the shop.
You? I was expecting someone of the feminine persuasion. You're with our mutual friends, yes?
Let's say I am.
Of course. You've just joined, haven't you? All you need to know is this is the first stop for all our new packages. So maintaining proper security here and preventing any unnecessary delays is crucial.
A trader always has to move his merchandise sufficiently.
Exactly. My current package has been in my possession far too long. I'm supposed to deliver the package to someplace nearby, but raiders have complicated matters. So, if you could...
So I just need to wipe out a few raiders. Done.
I like you already. We're supposed to make the delivery at night, so once you clear out the undesirables, we'll meet after the sun sets.
Alright. Secure the rendezvous point. Sounds pretty doable. If I can get out of this place.
Caravans ain't exactly the get-to-know-you type.
How do I leave? How do I leave? There's probably a bunch of people I could talk to and get quests from. But I think I just want to stay focused on this quest line right now. Actually, after I do this quest, I need to see what the main quest line is, because that's kind of what I was intending to focus on, at least during the live stream. And I don't know for sure if this is a main quest or not. I think I have to get in with the Underground Railroad to a certain degree in order for them to help me with something I need them for in the main quest. Oh, crap. That didn't work. There we go. Okay. Whoa, Deathclaw, baby! Let's do it! Oh, I got somebody shooting me from behind. Oops, wrong button. Dang it. Oh. Yeah, let's do the left arm. Oh, man. Oh! Jeez! Man, those suicide bomber guys are not cool. Okay. Mini nuke, like that. Alright. Alright, let's find this guy that was shooting me from up top. That wasn't cool.
Gonna splatter your breath!
That seems like a long way up. I think I'll just keep going where I was going. I've got... I used some mods to craft this, basically this experience pill that I could eat. And I ate a bunch of them to get my levels boosted. I didn't want to be invincible. There was codes for that, or like mods for that. I didn't want to be invincible. But I just wanted to be tough enough that I really hardly ever had to think about...
I got you covered.
like, protecting myself. Oh, that's a raider, so these all need to die. I think this is where I was supposed to go. There's some interesting sounds over there. I might need to go check out what that clanging is all about. Wait, was there something else I was supposed to do here? I have to pick this up? No? Why is this marker still here? Alright, let me see what the quest tells me. Wait until nighttime for Old Man Stockton. Okay, that's fine. So actually I can drop that shotgun I just picked up. No need to have that. There we go. Let's drop that. I want in on this. Whatever's going on over here, I want to be a part of it. I do want to save first, just in case I am wrong to want to be a part of it. Are you friend or foe? Oh, speak to robot.
My friends did not survive the attack. Thank you for assisting. I was certain to meet my end here as well.
It wasn't any trouble.
My name is Ada. This was the third time we've been attacked by robots like these. Even with the weapon and detection upgrades Jackson gave me, I was unable to defend them.
Who's Jackson?
Jackson was the leader of this caravan. He had a great mind for technology. In many ways, he is my creator. He installed all my current upgrades. Unfortunately, they were not enough to protect them from the robots.
You're upgraded?
Yes, modified using a robot workbench based on prototype schematics. The workbench allows for a wide range of robot modifications. Perhaps if I had more sentry bot-based defenses, I could have successfully defended my friends against those robots.
Tell me about these robots.
They roam the Commonwealth and claim to be restoring order. We've seen them fighting raiders, but they've also attacked innocents, settlers, merchants, and caravans like ours. We knew we ran the risk of encountering more of these hostile robots if we stayed in the Commonwealth. If only we had made the decision to leave.
So why did you end up staying?
Our caravan specialized in mechanical repairs and trade. The Commonwealth has an abundance of salvage that would benefit our business. It was a calculated risk.
Well, what's done is done. We can't change the past.
You're right. I must look to the future. In recompense, I will seek justice for my friends and stop these robots from causing further harm. It's time to uncover the source and confront their leader, the Mechanist.
Who's the Mechanist?
The only information I have comes from the iBot broadcasts. The false claims of peace and justice. The only certainty is that these robots bring only death. You have shown willingness to aid others. I ask that you please assist me in stopping this Mechanist. In return, I can give you the schematics to build your own robot workbench, so you have additional resources in this undertaking.
I'll do it.
I wish I had the proper vocal registry to express my gratitude. Now, we last saw a group of the Mechanist robots at the General Atomics factory. You may find information there that will lead us to the Mechanist. I will follow and assist with your permission.
You know, it's interesting, she said, I wish I had, like, the vocal, whatever, parameters to express my gratitude, you know? I think that's actually, it's going to be the reverse of how we see technology shift. Because right now what they're proposing to us is that on the inside, in ways that we can't tell, she is more... I'm fine. Okay, well, okay, let me just... Alright, I'm going to finish my conversation with you.
Yeah, let's go, Ada.
General Atomics has valuable salvage. Chances are high the robots are still there.
Okay, so... I think that we're already seeing simulated voices be good enough that in some circumstances they can fool people into thinking they're listening to a human, you know. So what they're suggesting here is that in the far-flung future or whatever, the external aesthetics will be the part that's robotic, but the internal personhood will actually be what, you know, what the internal, like the thinking, the processing and stuff. That's what's super advanced. And I think it's going to be the opposite. I think that the ability to simulate human behaviors and create a very convincing external appearance of personhood will improve, but the internal will never really, you know, be a person, you know. And I think people are going to all too readily embrace. Well, I wonder about this. I do wonder about this. You know, I had a friend once that was talking about, this was years ago, was talking about Siri, or whatever. No, it was Alexa. It was Alexa, you know. And was talking about how, like, human she sounded, interacting with her to do stuff in his house and stuff. And he said something along the lines of, you know, thinking that machines were going to be able to become people someday. And that was because of his, you know, the novelty of his interaction with Alexa. And he wasn't coming from a Christian worldview or even particularly a theist worldview. I think he would say he believes in some spiritual things, but I think what's going to be interesting to me is people that maybe feel that way now. Will the time ever come outside of fiction? Because this happens all the time in fiction. I mean, outside of fiction, will the time ever come where a human starts fighting for machine rights? What machine would that be? What is that going to look like when that plays out? I mean, that's really a disturbing thing to think about. To think about human beings sacrificing their own lives so that some computer program can have rights or persist or something like that. I mean, I wonder if when push comes to shove, or when the rubber meets the road, people will realize, yeah, I don't really, at the end of the day, think that's a person, you know. I suspect and kind of hope that will be the case, but I do think there will probably be some fringe folks when that time comes that will say that they could be persons just as much as we are. I don't know. But I think people that are my age and younger may live to see that issue come to the forefront. Maybe in a similar way to how LGBTQ issues are really at the forefront of people's minds, and like what's happening in pop culture and what things people are really passionate about right now. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. These are the things I wonder about. All right. Well, I've got about a little over 20 minutes left with this one. Carrying too much and can't run. Well, crap. I gotta drop something then. I need to find a store or something. Jeez. I have picked up all kinds of crap. I don't need that. Or that. Gosh. Oh, I should have played this game earlier in the day. I forgot about these kind of down moments. It's not just an action-y game. There's definitely systems at play that require some more thinking, and just enough of my mental focus has already faded that I won't be able to enjoy this to its maximum capacity. I wonder if I should actually switch while I can to Cyberpunk 2077. I think I'm going to. All right, so I'll deal with that carrying capacity issue some other time. Let's see here. Okay, Craig says, if you've watched the movie Free Guy, that's pretty much part of the plot. Characters trying to protect an advanced AI in a game. Yeah, I have. I don't want to spoil anything if I can avoid it, but I definitely noticed that too. I feel like the final statement that the movie makes, though, is that humans should have relationships with humans. That is the most important thing. So there seemed to be at the end a statement saying there is a significant difference between machines. Whether or not the value is the same, we could argue if they have a view on that. But what it seemed to say at the end of that movie is humans should not be invested in AI relationships. They should be invested in human relationships. And so it's an interesting line that they're dancing, and I'm not, if they do have a message there, I think that their concepts kind of muddle that message a bit. But the way that ended and the final philosophical statement that was being made, or thematic statement that was being made, really made all the difference in me feeling like that's a movie I want to own. I do want to own Free Guy. And it really did. I enjoyed a lot of it, and I still would enjoy it even if it would have ended on a different philosophical note. But that philosophical note that it ended on sealed the deal for me. It was like, yeah, I like this movie. I like what it does at the end here, you know. But yeah, I agree. There's a ton of that movie where I'm just like, you guys, oof. It would be different if it was like a Battlestar Galactica type scenario where they present this possibility that as a viewer you can choose to believe in or not, but they present this possibility that God gave the Cylons intangible souls. Like he intervened. Yes, man created all the physical aspects, the software aspects, all came from man's work, but then God entered the picture and gave them souls, you know. I think that's a much more interesting way to handle that, and to allow people like me who are not naturalists and who are bothered when a plot kind of requires you to adopt naturalism in order to feel the way they intend for you to feel about it, you know. That sentence ran on too long and I lost where it was going. Anyway. DT says, those are interesting comments about AI. It feels like people get so focused on how things feel rather than what is behind the current. How can sentience be programmed? Although on the other side, people can be way too technical and theoretical. It reminds me of a Dostoevsky quote about society. The consciousness of life is higher than life. The knowledge of the laws of happiness is higher. The knowledge of the laws of happiness is higher than happiness. So the awareness and understanding is more important than the feeling. Says Craig. Okay, so you guys are having a back and forth there. Anyway, yeah, well, the only comment I would make on that is to kind of echo back what you said, that people get so focused on how things feel rather than what is behind the current. You know, if you look at the Matrix, the first Matrix, when Morpheus talks to Neo the first time he's entered into the construct, before he goes back to the Matrix, when they enter the White Room, and he has that conversation about him, about what's real. Neo says, how can this, and he says, be real? And then he says, how do you define real? If real is what you can touch or taste or smell, then real is just a series of electrical signals, interacting with your brain or something along those lines, you know. And for the naturalist, at least on the naturalist view, I won't speak for every naturalist, because many naturalists, just like Christians, live in ways and think in ways that are actually logically inconsistent with what they say they would affirm. But like on the naturalist view, moral truths are relative and virtues are relative. There's nothing objective about them. It's just these desires that we have. Virtues are virtues because we want them. We like them. And so the farthest you can get with two naturalists that disagree about what is virtuous is trying to convince the other or shout the other down or might makes right or whatever. You know, I mean, it's... and so if what you feel and what you can detect is what is real, and you decide that's what's real, you know, then on that view, it doesn't matter. Once the machines can fool us, then they might as well be real, you know? If we can't tell the difference, that's the point that they do in fact become persons, because we can't tell the difference. And so it makes us and our perceptions the final arbiter of what is true and what is false, you know? And so that whole idea of AI being treated as persons is very compatible with the naturalist viewpoint and with kind of just following feelings and doing what you feel, you know? Because on the naturalist view, we are cause and effect machines. We're wet machines. We're just wet physics in action. There's no real choice. And we just do what we feel drawn to do. And there's no right or wrong or truth or falsehood about it. It just, you know. So, yeah, all those things come into play with this kind of topic. The more you dig into it. All right, let's dig into Cyberpunk 2077 and see if I have any more capacity for this one. I am going to have myself a Snickers. Maybe give myself a little burst and then a crash again. Because that's fun. I'm also going to bring my trash can closer. All right. I do have the nudity filters on, so there's not going to be any naked people. They'll all be at least wearing painted on black swimsuits. Blessed sugar. Ooh, I kind of want some Skittles now too. Let's just ride this Snickers. We don't want to crash too hard.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Info Flash. Say, did y'all lose power yesterday, too? Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was.
Good grief, guys. I'm just a little over an hour from the halfway point.
A half-eaten burrito I found wedged in my couch cushions. Yeah, I know.
In one sense, it feels like
After all, I heard microwaves zap
it's
out all the
going by
nutrients.
really fast.
Hey, it kills the cockroaches, too, so...
But in another sense, when I look forward, I think I have to do all that I just did one more time, and while I'm really, really tired. Alright. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I think one of the main things I wanted to do with this game during the stream is just kind of explore some of these question marks. Yeah, like I just marked this one, so yeah, let's go check that out. Alright. Trying to remember if I preferred first person or third person on these controls. I think I tried both. Oh, I am going the wrong way. Oh, I should look at my mini-map. It's got little dotted lines I can follow. Yeah, I think that might not work as well as I'd like. Oh, that is a break. Okay. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, okay, yeah. Hey. Sorry. Alright, how do I get off? There it is. That's weird. You use square to get on, but you just have to tap it to get on, and you hold circle to get off. And I'm so used to, in like Saints Row and Shakedown Hawaii, same button to get on and off vehicles.
What was that?
Oh, I guess you guys are bad. So let's do this then.
Out! I only want to talk!
Good gravy.
Yeah, what? На, паскуда! We know where you're hiding!
Oh, that's an automatic pistol I have? I didn't even notice that.
Бей, падло! Прикройте! Перезаряжаем!
Now, for those who happen to be familiar with my Spirit Blade trilogy of audio dramas, the headcanon I'm using for my character V is, I think very appropriately, Vincent Kraft. But this would be Vincent before he meets Isaiah, before he discovers the Underground Liberation, before he even works at Atlantis. That Atlantis Incorporated, that whole story is in another city somewhere. He starts out his life here, living in this city, experiencing things here. And so at this stage in his life, he's not a seeker. He's probably not even aware of the movement existing. And he probably has some core moral values, but it's a very flexible moral code. And he has a lot of the personality traits that still stayed with him even after becoming a seeker, you know. And so that's kind of how I'm approaching it. And it's fairly compatible with that kind of headcanon. And it also works, Vincent being who he is, who can be virtuous at times, but also really hard at times, you know, and uncaring at times. He plays similarly to a Terminator, you know? It's like when it serves his purposes, he saves people, he does quote-unquote good things. When it doesn't, he doesn't value people, you know? And so, yeah. And when I make choices like that, it's not that, like, the guiding principle is, I want to play as a Terminator, I want to play as this character. It's like, no, really for me, what I want to experience mechanically is what comes first. Oh my gosh, what happened to this guy? That is bonkers. Still some things to patch out, yeah? But really, it's like, I know what my playstyle is going to be. I know what I'm going to have a tendency toward. I'm going to have a tendency toward gaining experience and gaining loot. Okay, so what character concepts fit with that? And then I just kind of make them work in the story. And I just suddenly realized, oh, someone kind of like Vincent. Oh, and his name is V. That's perfect. Even the voice isn't crazy different from what basically Randy Hessen is doing as that character in the trilogy. DT says, do you prefer this over Witcher 3? If so, why? Definitely, I do. Combat. Short answer. I have been able to grind for experience and loot and set the difficulty and all those elements. I've been able to interact with in such a way that combat is not difficult, and I do not find myself suddenly encountering enemies that can wipe the floor with me, you know? Or feeling forced to do that. I feel like I ran out of lower level quests that I could grind in The Witcher 3, and was forced to take on quests that, you know, with monsters that would mop the floor with me. Now, part of that is because I wasn't really taking advantage of the systems available to me in The Witcher 3 to prepare for those. Which part of me now, as someone who's played Monster Hunter World and really loved it, I wonder if I could bring that mindset into The Witcher and figure out how to enjoy that. The jury's still out on that, because I have gone back and tried to bring that mindset to it, and I wasn't really successful, but doesn't mean it wouldn't work if I tried again. So, but I'll just say that this game is so much more easy for me to enjoy on the levels that I want to enjoy it on. Do I have some kind of like a scanning thing, or what do I do here? I'm gonna... Let's see. What's my... There's a button and I can't remember... Oh, there it is. So what do I do with this magnifying glass? Oh, I don't think I even need to pay attention to that. I go to... here. Wait. Did I go there? Or no, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to... Oh, now the magnifying glass is gone. Is there something else here I'm supposed to interact with? Shot with high caliber rounds, most likely from a turret. Unresponsive, no pulse. Find the cyber psycho. I don't understand. What does that icon mean? I'm really confused about this right now. Let me get my gun out and see if that'll help. Nope. Find the cyber psycho. 10 meters. See, it makes me wonder if there's something here I'm supposed to find. Oh, maybe here. How about I open this? Combat, combat, activate combat. Oh. What the crap? Good gravy.
Surround the target. Locating suspect. You are instructed to reveal yourself. Locating suspect. You are instructed to reveal yourself. Locating suspect.
Let's do this one.
You are instructed to reveal yourself. Surround the target.
There we go. Oh, it's a component. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I'll take that. Search the area to collect information. Search the computer for more info. Okay. Well, let's do it then. Messages. I'm not going to read stuff out loud. Well, I think I can edit on the fly. Yo, I messed up. Wanted to fry this guy. I hired Trina. Leave no witnesses or pay. I'm not going to try and read this. Yeah, defensive crime. Okay. Man, I could bear... Even without all the language issues, I... Oh! I heard somebody message Regina about cyber psycho sighting. So, let's see, do I... maybe get out my phone to do that? How do I do that? Message Regina. I was totally prepared to do that. Why are you blacking out my phone? My phone looks like it's not working or something. Let's try. Journal. Messages. Regina was her name, right? So let's see. Regina Jones. Reply. It was a VDB. Oh, that's my reply, right? Is that it? It was a VDB netrunner. Looks like he wanted to move up the ranks by taking over the GIM. Hired a merc, who he then tried to zero, blowing his own cover from Netwatch. I knocked him out, but he's still breathing. Okay, so sent it. Good. Thanks for keeping him alive, V. I'll have my people come pick him up. He must have been scared to death in that VDB den. All right. Okay. Nice. Yeah, there's all these little random jobs all over the place that I'm kind of wanting to take advantage of. Job complete. Job complete. Let's see. I want to sell stuff. I got a need to sell some stuff. And before that, I got a need to have some Skittles. One of these machines gonna let me sell stuff? No. No, just buy stuff. The game does have these vending machines where you can sell stuff. What's my weight capacity look like? Let's check that out. I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. Oh. Did they just auto-highlight another job for me? I don't know. Let's do it. Hi, John Wick. Love your videos. I love your movies. What would you say is the most underrated game? Have you played Terminator Resistance? Terminator Resistance is totally on my bucket list. I mean, I talked about... I love the Terminator franchise. I love having the Terminators in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I mean, I'm a Terminator fan. I kind of want to wait until, you know, it's just been ported up to and upscaled for newer consoles.
Yeah, my people. Talk with them.
I kind of want to wait until it's on a pretty deep discount. Because even watching the reviews, I'm still not sure if it's quite what I want. I want an open world Terminator game. And I want to play as the Terminator, not really as the Resistance. But I love that world enough that I think when the price is right on that game, either a deep discount digital sale or physical product, I think it's just a matter of time. But haven't felt urgent because so many other games that I haven't finished that I am enjoying, and this live stream is full of them. I did finish one though. Hey, yeah, my first game. I finished a game today. I finished Apraxia. Woohoo! Let's see here. Oops.
They know you're watching them?
This is our turf, our home. We need not to be ghosts here.
It is you. Must be ghosts. Be silent. Invisible. Know the way in? Just told you would.
Yeah, garage in the back.
But shh. Quietly, yeah? Anything interesting happen over there?
Since we are here, all quiet.
No one in? No one out?
Well, they went out for supplies once.
By the way, if any of you guys are curious about my audio dramas, but you're not, like me, feeling about Terminator Resistance, I'm not sure if I want to risk dropping the money on that. Remember, I announced earlier today, free download day. Saturday, a week from today, Saturday, November 13th. Everything at spiritblade.com is going to be free. Because I'm talking to people, I'm doing kind of a live stream thing here. And the Legacy Edition of the first part of that trilogy is free all the time at spiritblade.com. Alright. Joel Nelson asked if you played any of the Aliens games. I did try soon after I got my PS4. It was actually during the first marathon, charity marathon that I did. I rented and played Alien Isolation just a little bit, and it was the last game that we played. So I was like barely awake for that. But I could still tell from reviews too. That's why I rented it, not purchased. It's not really my kind of game. It's running around being afraid of aliens, and if the alien gets you, you instantly die. Not really my thing. I love those movies. You know, it's funny. I love horror as a genre, and especially monster horror, aliens and weird creatures and stuff like that. Love that stuff. But whenever they bring it to video games, mechanically, it's usually survival horror and based on running and avoiding death and lots of dying and repeating of things, you know? Or jump scares and stuff. It becomes too intense for me when it is translated to this medium, especially if it's like a first person or like a 3D type of game.
Everything pisses me off.
Alright, this is my shotgun, right? I don't have a ton of ammo for that. Oh wait, is this my shotgun? No, this is something else. I'm gonna use this though. Now they said go quietly. I wonder if I have to. Let's do a little save here. I don't think I've hit an insta-fail scenario yet in this game where failing to stealth failed me out of a mission. That's really what I want. I want games that just adaptively react to my choices instead of sending me back in time, you know?
Rats get...
Oh, dang, that guy's fast. That was crazy cool. I don't know what he had going on. Oh, I want that necklace. this better? I don't know if it's better, but worth selling.
Don't let up! Hey, don't be scared now. If you must, finish it one at a time.
Yeah, dude. That's how Vincent does it. Oh, now this is better. Yeah, sure, let's equip that. And I suppose that's worth its weight. I don't know if you guys have rules that you give yourself for like what's worth picking up and what's not. For me, early on in a game, I'll pick up just about everything. Just to get my cash flow going. But before I get too deep into the game, I usually switch over to like a 1 to 10 ratio. Like, it needs to be like worth 10 units of currency for every 1 unit of weight it is. And so in this case, if this thing was worth $3, that would be enough, because it's 0.3 pounds. But it's more than that, so it's worth picking up and then selling later on. I don't know, any of you guys do that? Yeah, it's... And then it can become even more strict than that if it feels like it's slowing me down or not worth it at some point.
Okay, I'm in.
I see. The camionette. Check it.
Right.
What's that? Oh, okay.
Cyberpunk 2077. Is that Cyberpunk 2077?
This game, you know, in terms of like traversal, how you move around and interact with environments, this, in some ways, what I've come to feel like about this game is that, I mean, early on I was really comparing it to a Bethesda RPG. It was like, well, it's like a Bethesda RPG, except not as RPG-ish. There's not as many roleplay options in dialogue. You don't have the kind of like tactical pause type stuff for that like Fallout has. But I think now what I'm seeing more is it's this interesting blend. It's this halfway point between a Bethesda RPG and a Far Cry game. The way the shooting, moment-to-moment shooting feels and works reminds me of a lot of my experiences with Far Cry.
Camera and corridor. Avoid it.
It even work. Said this place is abandoned years ago.
Now it is not. Animals fix their eyes.
Find the van in the lobby. Alright, well, I'm not very good at sneaking. I haven't really been building Vincent that way. He's not really a sneaker. But let me just see how far I can get. Force open, 9 out of 10. I might have some skill points I can pump into that. I generally try to avoid spending skill points until I need them for some reason. Let's see. Where's my, There we go. So if I pump that up by 1, I've got 8 attribute points available, so... What did it need to be? Did it need to be 10? Let me look at that again. Yeah, it needs to be 10. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, hold to purchase 1. How much does it cost? Is it just 1 point per attribute? Let's give that a go. Okay, it looks like it is. Good. Okay, great. So I don't have to spend any more. DT says, Dark Souls 2 allows you to carry infinite things. That game is clearly your calling. It was not as frustrating nearly as I thought it was going to be when I played it for my first Get Good live stream. But again, I think that was because I wasn't already emotionally invested in seeing it through to the end. I think the second one that I do before the end of the year will be more frustrating because I'm going to be playing games that I really would like to play more of. But I've been halted at some point in the middle of them by some wall in difficulty, some frustrating mission or something like that, you know. And so I have, like, I'm invested emotionally. You know, if I could get past those walls during that Get Good live stream, I kind of get these games back that I have considered lost and forsaken at this point, never to be touched again. But I could get them back and get more hours of fun and enjoyment. I don't need that, though. I have too many games in my backlog. It's a little bit stupid. Okay. For more chat about geek entertainment, answers to your questions, and news from the wider world of Christian geekery, get the Christian Geek Central podcast today on iTunes and other podcast services.